We're talking squatters living in homes that do not belong to them. They're not paying any bills. We've told you about a few of these cases thanks to you.
Imagine walking down a bustling NYC street only to find that the apartment building you pass every day is now a squatter's haven. Shocked? Squatters are scamming the owners when they move into a house and then refuse to leave.
The center of a growing scam where squatters move in and steal them from their rightful owners. And the worst part about it?
What would you call this scenario? Yes, of course, stealing. In 2024, squatters are increasingly taking over homes across New York. These squatters are staying in houses for as long as 1 year, with the police unable to stop it from happening. It happened when a squatter refused to leave the $1 million property when a property owner confronted her.
Trying to steal my house. Yes, you are.
A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home.
There are so many examples of squatters doing their hasty work, as they even know the owners take legal action against them. It could take 61 to 90 days to get control of the house. Also, these squatters presented a fake lease to cops, and the cops had no way of verifying that information if it's fake or not. Could your home be next? If you want to know how this is happening right in the heart of the city, you have come to the right place. Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the most pressing issues. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a hidden crisis in New York City, the squatters taking over properties with surprising legality and frequency. Sometimes situations become worse for homeowners. In New York, there was a case where someone who owned a house got arrested because they changed the locks on people thought to be squatters.
Where a homeowner was actually arrested after changing the locks on alleged squatters.
On March 5th, a real estate agent working with them went to check on the property before new renters were supposed to move in and discovered that someone had changed the locks. The woman got arrested for illegally trespassing in her own house, and cops could not do anything because the man claimed he lives in the house. Inside the property were Lance Hunt Jr. and Rondi L. Francis, who had set up mattresses, a flat-screen TV, and a massage table. The men claimed to have legally leased the property months earlier and refused to leave.
Just forced himself into my house. Yes, he did. And so did you. You broke through the front door.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
They are embarrassed to face the camera, but not the law, as you would see how he appeared in court, covering his face. The homeowners are locked in a legal battle with the pair after the alleged squatters hired an attorney to sue them and are making a shocking attempt to use the burger chain receipts to prove they've lived there for the past 30 days.
They took the man who told me he had been renting for 2 days out in handcuffs.
They got one out.
And escorted the other guy off the property. Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks.
Cops are asking for the lease, bills, and receipt, but it is easily available on the internet. You can download them anytime. Is that enough proof? Do you know how New York City is dealing with the squatters? As long as the squatter has a lease, this becomes a civil matter, and it would have to be processed in court like a regular eviction. You would be shocked to hear that in this case, a squatter used a $1.25 Shake Shack receipt as proof to be protected under state laws. Dennis Kurliand and Yulia Fullman, a couple who spent $530,000 on a house in Jamaica, Queens a few years back, now have to fight in court against bold people trying to live there without permission, as first mentioned by DailyMail.com. Francis and Hunt say in court papers that they've given $4,000 for a security deposit and rent for 5 months, matching a rental contract they say they signed on January 1st. They also mentioned they paid their rent on time on February 1st and March 1st. They aim to get the judge to make Fullman off and Kurlian either give them a key or allow them to change the locks. But later, they did not show up for their hearings to avoid arrest. In another horrendous incident, squatters beat the homeowner to death to steal her apartment. Nadia Vatel, 52, was found dead inside a duffel bag in her late mother's apartment on March 14th. Said a spokesperson for the NYPD. Her son discovered her after he couldn't get in touch with her by phone. The apartment had been empty, for 3 to 4 months before this, during which time police think squatters moved into the 19th floor unit, according to NYPD Chief of Detectives Joseph Kinney. The cause of Vittel's death was blunt force trauma to the head, making it a murder, stated the New York City Medical Examiner's Office to CNN. After the crime, the suspects, a man and a woman whose names haven't been shared by the police yet, escaped in Vittel's stolen car.
Vittel's apartment for days, and when she returned, the pair killed her and took off in her SUV. Security cameras captured the suspects coming in on Sunday and leaving Tuesday afternoon.
They were later arrested in Pennsylvania when they crashed the car, and local police arrived at the scene. Jake Blumen Crescent has filed a bill that would make it easier for homeowners to remove squatters from their properties. The bill would allow police to intervene and make arrests instead of forcing homeowners into a bizarre court process. If you look at all these stories, you would be shocked that these types of things are happening in New York. When squatters move in for 30 days, they think they could drag it out for years and live rent-free. But this is trespassing, and these people are taking advantage of loopholes in the legal system. There are different thresholds of possessing the property in different states of America, and this adverse possession could lead to ownership. There are squatters on social media as influencers teaching people how to get squatters' rights.
About the best ways to infiltrate homes and to get around the legal system.
When you think it could not get any weirder, you are wrong. New York laws protect the squatter because it's illegal to remove someone from a place where they live. When it comes to a court battle, the squatters can defend themselves in court if they have an attorney, which they also get free of cost if they are evicted in New York. It makes people wonder how easy it is to steal someone's house, and New Yorkers are getting worried about this epidemic. As for the homeowners, one thing that can be done is to secure their place, and while you can't leave million-dollar property at the mercy of squatters, you can use cameras and hire private security guards. Laws should be made for legitimate tenants, and penalties for trespassing should be increased, giving the right to owners to evict the squatters on their own. After they increase penalties and make tough laws against squatters, they would think twice before stealing someone's house. There should be consequences for their actions, otherwise they would keep doing it, and no one would be safe. What do you think that city should do to avoid the squatters stealing properties? Tell us in the comments.